Hello beautiful and welcome back to my channel and welcome to this video where we are gonna do a first and a second impression with this palette from BH Cosmetics. This is brand new. I just got it today and we're just gonna try it out. We're gonna do two looks. We're gonna see how this one is behaving and hopefully we'll have a lot of fun with it. And if you haven't been here before, hello, my name is Angie. I am a lover of fashion and makeup, especially colorful things, and I will say this is a little bit neutral, but we'll see how dramatic we can make this because I'm all about the colorful, all about the dramatic, and I have been a little bit more into neutrals lately, so I think that this palette might be right up my alley. And if you want to see some more makeup content on your timeline, if you want to see more color, hauls, commentary, all of that, don't forget to subscribe because I do upload 5 videos a week. So I bought this palette. This palette comes in a sleeve that looks exactly like this. I bought this palette at Beauty Bay. I bought it myself and I did get it today. This one has bigger pants than I thought it was gonna have. I don't know why I thought that this was gonna be smaller pants, but the pants are quite big. You told me that this was called the Naughties. The 00's was called the Naughties. That is not what we call it in Swedish, not even close to it. I don't know who came up with that, but I guess we're going with that. They did come out with 3 of these dance remix palettes, an 80s and 90s, and this one that's the Naughties then, I guess? I don't know, am I saying this correctly? I feel weird. Anyways, this is where we are, and I bought this one because this one, it had a color story. The 80s one was a rainbow palette with a couple of shimmers, and I have rainbow palettes. I even have rainbow palettes from BH Cosmetics, and even though I love color, I wanted something a bit different. The 90s one was a very light palette. It had mostly pastels and then a couple of neutral mattes that was like the deeper colors, and that's not really a color story that I personally gravitate towards. Did you hear that the seagulls are back? The seagulls are back! This one then, the Naughties, this was more up my speed, more for my preference. These are all the names of these are from music from the early beginning of the millennium. There's like Glam, Poker Face, Teen Dream, Sexy Back, Don't Cha, Crazy in Love, Gold Digger. I'm all about these. I think it's so much fun. And someone told me as well that they thought that the inspiration of these palettes were more like the fashion throughout this decade than the actual makeup. And I would say with this one, maybe actually, because there was a lot of like grays and neutrals and a lot of like, oh my god, and that's coming back now, the rhinestones and the butterflies. I don't miss rhinestone butterflies, I'm gonna be honest with you, and I didn't ask you to have that back in fashion, but maybe that's what's like represented here. I will also say that there were a lot of these kind of colors in makeup as well during that time, because that was the time when I was out and about clubbing. that was the time. So I'm super excited. I'm gonna do what I usually do with palettes that I'm super excited about, and that is that I do a first impression and then I come back the day after and I do a second impression. So it's 2 looks back to back, quite fast and easy, and then I just let you know my thoughts at the end of the video. So let's zoom in and let's do look number 1. Okay, I've put some eye primer on, and if you're wondering about anything that's on my face, I will leave it down in the description box per usual. I want to do something with the purple to begin with, so I'm gonna do Crazy in Love, which is like a lavender pink mix, and then Don't Cha, which is a very nice mid-tone like orchid purple. So I am gonna start with those. I'm gonna take... Am I gonna do this one? Listen, I don't really know how I'm going to do this. I think I'm just going to do this. This is an old Kaleidos brush. This is from their old brush set that's no longer available. But it's just a fluffy crease brush. And this one is natural hairs. I love working with natural hairs when I'm working with colorful shadows because I feel like natural hairs are really good at picking up color. And that's what I want. That shows up beautifully. So I'm just gonna see if this is the normal good BH Cosmetics quality, because you know I've been so into BH Cosmetics this past, like, what is it now, 6 months? Like, I don't know what happened. I got bitten by the BH Cosmetics bug. I'm just slapping this in the crease. So this is gonna be just the start color, and that's why I did this pretty fluffy brush, because I'm just gonna put this all in my crease and blend it out and just drag it out here a little bit, and then I'll go in with some purple. But I like that shade. Beautiful. Also, it's 4 o'clock. and I deserve a drink. Mostly, I was so annoyed because my allergies made me cry off the makeup I had earlier today. And I got my period, so I was getting period cramps, and I was like, that's it, I'm getting a drink. Okay, I'm pretty impressed with how this is looking. I'm gonna use a small retro brush. I think that this is a 14. And I'm taking the Don't shade. Oh, that's really picking up beautifully. Do you see that? And oh, I really hope that this is gonna be pretty. I deserve to have a pretty look on. So I'm just gonna put this in the crease at the same spot as I did this, just a little bit lower, and I'm gonna work them together. My neighbors are really popping off. I feel like this is pretty dramatic. I have powdered under my eyes, so I wonder how this is gonna be on my under eyes, but let's try a little bit of the purple, let's not get too much fallout, under my eyes as well, and just push it on and see how it is. I kind of want to deepen this up with the Milkshake. Like that is really, because the Milkshake shade, it is like, at least in the pan, like when I'm filming this, I haven't even swatched it. I usually don't swatch my palettes when I do a first impression. Sometimes I do, but I usually don't swatch my palettes for my first impression because I want to like really come in with anything, like any thoughts about the palette. Sometimes I swatch it, sometimes I don't, but yeah, I feel like from how Milkshake looks in the pan, it looks like it's not a pure black, because it doesn't have the same color as the background. It almost looks like a almost black with almost like a blue tint. Not like a dark blue, but like it's not just a black. So I'm interested to see how that's gonna perform. I really hope that it's a black that's easy to work with, because I wanna try and deepen up even more. Okay, I'm gonna take an even like smaller reference brush. This is number 13, and I'm taking that, well, let's call it black then. It's called Milkshake. Wait, let me, because I'm not sure how I don't know how this is gonna be. And let's see if we can, that's very pigmented. Just deepen up the outer corner a bit. Feels like it has a blue tint to it. Like ever so little. It could be the purple underneath. Listen. I'm half through a drink. This could be me. This could be the Aperol Spritz talking, okay? I just wanted a little something like that. I really feel like that is enough. I just wanted something a bit deeper in the outer corner. Let me actually finish this up before I go to the other eye. Here we go. Because I want to use the Single Ladies. Can you even say Single Ladies without like Single Ladies? Like I can't. Like I can't. It's impossible. It's impossible. But I'm gonna do that one. Ooh, that picks up really impressive. But I'm gonna spray it and I'm gonna put that on my lid, and then I'll do the lighter one in my inner corners. So let's do that here. Ooh, what a beautiful shade. I always spray my shimmers in the beginning because, first of all, it just brings so much more control when working with the shadows, because they end up where you put the brush, and also it makes them a little bit more opaque, a little bit more smooth, and you don't get like, I still get fallout, but I would get intense, you heard the dog in the background, I would get intense fallout if I didn't spray my brushes, because I usually pack on a lot of shimmer shadows on my brushes because I want to have a really nice shimmery result. And I still have a little fallout. But like I said, I go in heavy. That is stunning. I love that. I'm taking a little bit more of the Milkshake, which is that blackish shade. And I'm just gonna blend that with the shimmer out here in the outer corner to get this to be a good transition and also keeping that deepness that I wanted to have out there. And the last shade I'm gonna use is Teen Dream, this like lavender shade here. Now all the pets want something. How can I help you, sweetie? The balcony door is open, the sun is shining, the seagulls are out. How can I help you? Honey! Oh gosh. Okay, I'm gonna put this in my inner corners. Wow. Wow, that is so pretty. This is like a super reflective icy lavender. That is really pretty. Okay, there's nothing wrong with the quality so far, at least. Let's just agree on that. That's stunning. Okay, let me finish this up. Oh my god, I picked up too much. Abort! Let me finish this up and yeah. Apparently that is all. Like, isn't this looking really good? I used the new full spectrum liners by Makeup Geek. They did send me the entire range. I've only had the Plumeria from before and it's so beautiful. So now I am wearing the Royal one, which is like a purple, just around my eyes and in my waterline. And I like it. I think it's really pretty. So yeah, I'm gonna put some falsies on. I already had some glue on my is it the original Iconics? Yeah, the original Iconics from House of Lashes, and I'm gonna brush my hair and that's gonna be the finished look. But I really love how this is looking, and I'm happy I chose this lippy as well. This is the new, I bought this from Patrick Ta. This is the Precision Lip Crayon and She's Proud, and I have it all over my lips. I think it looks really, really good. So I'm excited. Even though I cried my makeup off today and I kind of like that makeup, I'm still really happy it gave me the opportunity to wear this for the rest of the day. And I'm almost out of my drink. Good times. Okay, so this is my first look with the palette and I like it. I really like look at how pretty this is. I really like this. I thought this was really nice. I had no problems working with any of these shades. The only shade that wasn't 1,000,000% pigmented is this bright purple, but purples are usually a little thinner, but as you can see, I had no problem building it up. It's just not straight pigmentation when you go in with it, but I was able to build it up, and these shadows build on each other. I think that's the most important thing, but I think this is really pretty. I'm super excited to be doing the next one. I want to like play with that like orangey brown and do something with that, probably with the black one again. I love black eyeshadow. Fight me. Second day, second look. I really love this gloss. I got this gloss in PR from Sensai. This is the Total Lip Gloss in Akatsuki Black. It's like a blackberry. I put it over a warm lip liner. This is beautiful and so comfortable. I really enjoy this one. Okay, I want to play with this one. It's an orangey brown, but it's definitely leaning more orange than brown. So I want to play with that one. Oh, let me get out a polo so we don't get to hear people talk in the background. No one needs that. Okay, so I want to play with that orangey one. I think I'm gonna use this one. This is a refer brush, but it is a prototype, so I don't know which number this is. This is a bigger one. Could it be a 15? No, it's longer than a 15. I'm sorry, I don't know which number this is, but it is from Refer. Sometimes I get prototypes and it doesn't have the actual number on, but you know I love Refer brushes. They're my favorite brushes in my collection. And this is just a pretty big fluffy brush, so I am just gonna start with that color because I know that that's the color I want to have. And I'm not gonna go in with a like transition shade first. I'll blend afterwards instead. It's definitely turning pretty brown on my eyes, but it's a super warm orangey leaning brown. I don't know why I thought that I was gonna do a neutral in the crease, but you know what? At least it's super pigmented and it's pretty pretty orange. So I'm just gonna slap this into my crease and blend to the best of my ability, and we'll see if I need to go in and blend a bit more with a lighter shade. I'm not used to having these big brushes. You see I got a little frisky here in the inner part. Need to clean that up a bit. I'm used to having smaller brushes. Can I just say how impressive this shade is? So pigmented and pretty and not patchy whatsoever. And I'm just using a very big brush, and I haven't used another color yet, still just using the first color. I'm gonna switch to something smaller. It is a little bit pinched, as you can see, and I'm gonna pick this shade. It's called Hollaback. Who remembers that song? And I'm just gonna pick a little bit of this, and I'm just gonna run this over the edge here, just to soften the edge a little bit. This is usually what I do when I know which color I want to be like the main color of the look, and I don't want to like diffuse that shade with a transition shade, because if you start with a lighter shade and then start building, I mean, you are gonna, everything you build upon that first shade is gonna be a little bit affected by the first shade that you put down. And if you want a shade to be the shade that it is in the pan, the best trick I can give you is to go in with that shade as it is on an unset base and then blend out the edges. That's gonna give you the most like true to pan result. I feel like this is pretty good. I still don't know what I want to do. I feel like I'm just like, what do I want to do? I think I'm gonna go in with this one because this black is a little like bluish in tone. I think I'm gonna use the hot in here, which is a brown. I am doing a neutral eye. I know, I'm aware, okay? No, nobody needs to tell me. So I'm gonna use this one, and I'm gonna deepen this up a bit more. And I think I'm gonna cut the crease and maybe use this one, the one that's called Glam, up here. Like this shimmery white, maybe? Like, what am I doing? I don't know. I really went in without a plan. Usually I have a plan when I do looks, but apparently today was the day without the plan. Who is this person? Honestly, I have no idea. I kind of like it though. It's smoky and it's warm, and I don't know. I have been a bit more open to like having and wearing neutrals as well as colors lately. Like, I'm not discriminating. I love everything. So it's been a bit more exciting to delve into the country of neutrals as well. I will say though that I am more still about the dramatic makeup. So if I'm gonna be brown, I want it to be a bit dramatic, like what you can see going on right now. Always when I do half cut creases at the end, I'll go in with my finger. I'll go in with different fingers to make it like blended at the end here. That's usually a good way, and then I'll just wipe this off. Oh, I even have a makeup wipe here. Look at me. So I'm just cleaning this brush off. And now I'm gonna go in with the Glam shade, the one that I showed you before, the one that is like a shimmery white. And I'm basically gonna push this in, and I'm gonna set the concealer. Ooh. Went in with too much. Okay, maybe not that much. And I'm gonna set this shade, like this concealer, with this shimmery white. And I'm gonna put it all the way up here. Ooh, am I focused? Maybe not. All the way up here. And then I'm gonna blend with some browns here. I got a lot of fallout from this one. I might need to just remove some, and I'll add some new concealer afterwards. You can see I brushed that off. But yeah, that shade you might need to spray that, because that was a lot of fallout. A lot of fallouts. I'm gonna fix that, and I'm also gonna apply a little bit more concealer here, right took it off. Okay, so this is the look right now, and I have to say, big fan. I love how this looks. I used a bit of the, where did I put it? Wait, I lost it. Hold. Oh, here it is. It's another one of the Makeup Geek Full Spectrum liners. This is an espresso, the brown one. I used it around my eye and I did a little bit of a flick, and I used it in my waterline. Here I am doing a brown look, but you know what? I like how it looks. It's dramatic. I usually don't wear neutral makeup, and at least if I'm gonna do neutral makeup, let me do neutral makeup with a formula that I really like, and I really do enjoy the BH Cosmetics formula. So even though I was a bit hesitant in the middle of this when I wasn't filming because I was talking to my friends on Poland, I'm like, am I wearing brown? Send help. But you know what? I kind of like it. So I'm gonna put on the Iconics, I'm gonna brush my hair, and that's gonna be the finished look. Ooh, and I can let you know my like first impression thoughts about the palette. Well, first and second impression thoughts. Okay, so here is the finished look, and I have to say, I mean, this looks really nice. There's nothing wrong with the blending. Everything looks really pretty and dramatic. It is neutral, but I mean, I use neutral colors, so what am I expecting? I didn't use the black because, oh, allergies. Because like I said before, this black has a little bit of a blue tint to it, so it's not like a true black, which is a really nice addition to this palette. But I didn't know how it was gonna go with this brown, but I do like this look, and I was able to make it really deep just with these two colors, because I think that these mattes are the typical great like BH Cosmetics quality that we have gotten to know since the past, well, a year or so. I think they've been hyped for almost a year now. I feel like that's when people started talking about them being like good. Or was it when the ice cream palettes? I don't remember. When did the hype around BH Cosmetics start? Was it with the ice cream palettes? Because for me, that was when I like rediscovered them. But so far, I enjoyed the palette. I will say this white one was very flaky, so that wasn't my favorite shade, but neither two of these purple ones had that. They were just beautiful and super easy to work with. I really enjoyed that there are two like shimmery blacks here, like this one that is more like a dark silver, and this is like a charcoal metallic. So I will use those as well before I review this palette. Like always, I always come back about a month later and review all the things that I have like first impressions on or stuff like that. I never leave you hanging. I always come back and give a further review. If you are interested in more things BH Cosmetics, I have a full playlist with all of my BH Cosmetics videos if you want to see other things BH Cosmetics, because I've been so into the brand lately. Thank you so much for being here, by the way. Let me know what you think about this palette. Did you try anything out from this launch? Were you surprised that I bought the more neutral one? I'm a little bit surprised, even though I will say I'm looking kind of snazzy today. Again, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye!